Before today's video, it might be a good idea for you to jump in my free Discord server. It's a great place to build and share your crypto knowledge and connect with like-minded, ambitious individuals. It's for people of all experiences, whether you're a crypto newbie or a seasoned professional. So jump in and network with me and an ever-growing community of intellectuals. Welcome back to another video, guys. I understand that within my community we have people of varying net worths. I've already covered a solid 1k portfolio strategy on my channel, and I suggest watching it, as whilst the actual amount may not be applicable to you, there's a lot of transferable information in there which can help you in crypto generally. Also, I cannot cover every base in this video as there isn't a one-size-fits-all approach to investing. You can take my word on this, as I work in financial advisory in my career, and we offer a bespoke, tailored solution which is unique depending on each individual client. For this reason, if you have any further questions or just wish for general feedback regarding your crypto portfolio or strategy, join my Discord and ask me or community members. We're more than happy to help. We begin as always with risk tolerance. Generally speaking, $10,000 is a lot of money to most people, and losing this amount obviously isn't the same as losing a few $100s on some shit meme coin. These are the kind of sums that can keep you up at night. So again, unless you're comfortable losing the whole amount, or unless you're young with no responsibilities such as family or debt, steer clear of crypto because it's an absolute minefield. Similar principles always apply in portfolio building strategies, and ascertaining your goals is one of them. $10,000 is a decent sum of money, and last cycle there were many people starting off with this sum and successfully turning it into multi-six figures, even 7+ figure amounts. Because we have a larger capital sum, we can be more flexible with our goals. I explained in my previous video that making percentage increases on a $1,000 portfolio isn't going to change your life. However, with $10,000, if you make 50%, you've made an extra $5,000, which is plenty of money to most. Obviously, we aren't in crypto for 50% gains, but it's just something worth pointing out. Once you have established your goals beforehand, it's a lot easier to track progress and plan exit strategies. Obviously, you need to have a lot of discipline when you see your portfolio going up and up in the peak of the bull, and having clear goals, whether that's a multiple of X, a percentage, or even a fixed sum, i.e. a specific amount to pay off a mortgage, really helps. Tying in with your goals is again the principle of trading versus investing. There's no right solution here. Me personally, as I'm employed, I don't have the time to be a trader, so I stick to longer term investing, fundamental analysis, and a lot of patience. It's worked for me so far, so I can't really fault it. However, if you're full-time crypto, there's no harm in doing a mixture of both strategies, so a little bit of trading and investing. Just be wary of who you follow and listen to, as there are many influencers who are just in and out for a quick trade, which obviously won't suit you if you can't be constantly at your screen. Cool, so now we've got the boring but vital fundamentals out of the way, let's move on to the cash. Here we have our wad of $10,000, and we're presented with the pivotal question of, do we diversify this amount into multiple projects, or do we concentrate it into one? Unlike the $1,000 portfolio, the answer to this question isn't as simple. The amount of money we're dealing with allows us to go either way, and it will really come down to each individual in this scenario. To put it bluntly, if you have a massive pair of balls, or if you're one of the 2.1% of women who watch my videos and you're incredibly brave, and you want to go for the go big or go home strategy, you'd put all this money into one project. I've set this diagram out so we can better visualize what the returns would look like. As you can see here, by only holding one project, if it's the right project, you can quickly accelerate your capital to obscene figures. Even only making 60%, which is considered meh in crypto, returns you $6,000. Obviously, the fixed amount is pretty self-explanatory. Let's say you were aiming for 27k. Once you hit that, you can cash out and pay off the mortgage or whatever it is you wanted to do with that money. The ideal goal, of course, is to hit that 10x plus, to hit the dreamland of 6 figures, which here looks pretty simple, but it's obviously a lot easier said than done. I don't think I really need to go into how risky this strategy is. It's literally all or nothing. If it pays off, you can win big, but should you choose the wrong project, you can literally wipe out your entire capital, and a sudden loss of $10,000 would scare most people.
And it's gone.
What?
It's gone. It's all gone.
The other strategy is, of course, diversification. With smaller capital, it doesn't make sense to diversify as you're diluting your gains. However, with appropriate capital levels, this would be my preferred strategy. So, there are many different diversification strategies you can go for, of course. To begin with, I often get asked how many projects someone should hold. Again, it's hard to formulate a concrete answer, but I will say that the sweet spot is anywhere between 3 and 5 projects. This allows you to choose multiple niches/sectors whilst also not being overly diversified to the point where you dilute any returns. There'll always be that guy that would want to put $500 into 20 different projects. I do not recommend this strategy as it will be too difficult to follow all 20 coins, and in order to see life-changing returns, you'd need many of these projects to do well. You got to ask yourself what's more likely, picking a few projects with heavy capital that do well, or many projects with smaller capital that all have to take off significantly. So choosing between 3 to 5 projects, the capital doesn't have to be equal. Of course you can split $2,500 equally between 4 projects for example, or you can go with what I've quickly suggested here. 25% into blue chips, 40% into mid caps, 25% into small caps, and 10% for any degen to the moon plays. Again, this is just an example. It's hard to give specific tailored strategies as it varies from person to person. If you would like further advice, then please join my Discord and ask. Now, the drawback of diversification compared to concentration is obviously the dilution of gains. It may take longer to hit targets as you're relying on multiple projects performing well, not just one. However, offsetting the risk of losing all of your capital is probably worth seeing slower but steadier gains. Also, knowing that you're not just relying on one project as your ticket to financial freedom may help you sleep that little bit easier at night. So now we have our chosen investment strategy, we move on to which narratives to select. Obviously, if you went for the concentrated option, you'd only pick one narrative here. However, for diversification, you have the option of selecting multiple different narratives. Here is a list of the sectors that I believe will provide us with the strongest returns. We've got AI, gaming, real-world assets, DePIN, privacy, DeFi, and layer 1s. Now, these aren't in any particular order except for memes. That's last, and has been banished to the side because I don't recommend getting involved with memes unless you're a meme expert, if those even exist. So my advice would be to choose a sector you may already know a bit about. For example, there's a lot of gamers out there with experience, so it would be easier for you guys to understand how gaming in crypto works compared to something like real-world assets. Likewise, if you're an AI expert, you'd feel at home within this sector, and so on and so forth. If you want my opinion, I believe that the two biggest sectors this upcoming cycle in terms of both safety and returns will be AI and gaming. However, the others will also be strong contenders. So linking to our strategy of choosing 3 to 5 projects, again, the world is your oyster here. If you're a gaming expert and wish to stick solely to one narrative, of course you can choose a few projects within this space. However, keep in mind that the crypto narratives come in cycles. There'll be an AI hype, pumping the AI projects, allowing others such as real world assets to cool off. Then the narrative will swing back to real world assets, pumping this, allowing the others to cool off, etc. For this reason, you can opt to pick one strong project from each sector, such as one AI, one gaming, one DePIN, and maybe one privacy or layer 1. With this, you'll be covering all bases and won't get FOMO if your selected sector isn't pumping. So an example of a concentrated portfolio would be 100% into BitTensor, Casper, or another new blue chip. For this example, I've selected BitTensor. Reason being, we're going ultra high risk choosing only one project, so we should look for a relatively safe one which can still provide us with strong returns. If we had 6 or 7 figures to invest with and wanted to concentrate, you could invest solely into Bitcoin or Ethereum. However, we're trying to turn 10k into life-changing money, and I don't believe that Bitcoin or Ethereum will provide that unless you're already loaded. This strategy is pretty self-explanatory to be honest, and if you're curious on what other providential blue chips you can choose from, check out my channel as I've mentioned a few on there already. As for choosing diversified, here we can get a lot more creative. Remember, there's no right allocation split here, and for continuity's sake, I'll just stick to the previous mentioned example. So we can put 25% into a blue chip like Tau, 40% into mid caps such as Rio and Ator, 25% into a small cap like Creo, and then 10% into a microcap such as Neuros or memes if you simply can't resist. As we can see, this example portfolio is invested into 5 projects covering a wide range of narratives, including AI, gaming, privacy, DePIN, and real-world assets. Now, I don't recommend copying this exact portfolio, as some of these have pumped lately and there may be better risk-return coins out there. But you can definitely use the same principles I've explained in this video to form your own portfolio. Again, if you're struggling, please join the Discord and ask for help in the chat. Before we finish, another common pitfall of investors is struggling to choose good projects in crypto. For this reason, it's wise to follow accounts such as myself or to join top communities to help you filter through the crap that is 99% of coins in this space. I'll leave this matrix on screen here, and I don't want to go into too much detail as I use it regularly on my channel, but these are just some metrics you can use in order to decipher whether the coin you're interested in has the solid fundamentals in order to be a strong investment. Now, it doesn't have to tick all of these boxes, but this can just be a useful guide you can use. I've covered many great projects on my channel already and will continue to do so in the future. There's also a great member call section in my Discord, so make sure you subscribe and join the community so you don't miss anything. So that's the video on the $10,000 portfolio strategy wrapped up, guys. I hope there was information in here that you found useful. As always, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support that you've been giving me. We're closing in on 2,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mind-blowing at this stage. So honestly, thank you so much. If you enjoyed, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. Join my Discord server, the link is in the description and in the comments, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you.